Yes. We are going to start officials. Officials. Can we start being quiet? Can we respect the residents so that we can start? The noise there is more than there's a noise in the center. You are Councillor who? No. You are Councillor who? I am going to call Councillor Kanyile. He's not the ward councillor, but he's a city, and he's going to welcome you. When you get to someone's house, you knock on the door, and they say, come in, and they tell you whether you can be seated. So that's what we...
Now, thanks very much, Madam Speaker, councillors who are present, abahlali who are here, and officials. Now, I think today, is a great day for us. We know that now sometimes that in most of the time we normally come here just to submit our important service delivery we need in our respectively ward. But sometimes that we found that now it come today, you're also coming here. Those things are not done. But as I said, I think that now we are trying, but slowly but surely, to get there, to make sure that now we are trying to improve our service delivery within our ward. We know that now we've got a lot of challenges that we are experiencing in our ward level. But now our presence here, we're not going to take anything away from your presence, of which I think that today is our chance that now we submit. And then I can also emphasize that now, those that submission that we submitted even last year, it is important that we continue to make it that now we put a pressure to the city of Johannesburg to giving us. So now for what do it those ways, we are all welcome. So feel free to participate with the program, with this session for today. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you so much. Now we can start with the business. There's a lot of movement. Why are we taking people out of their seats? Can we sit? Can we be seated? Leave people where they are. Just go and sit down so that we can start. There are two people sitting there. I believe they're in the toilet. No, sir. Please. Let's not do what we are doing. There's a lot of seats. If you don't have a chair, we can get you a chair. Can one of the officials get me 2 chairs? No, ma'am, please. Why are you pointing people? Why are you doing what you are doing? Someone took a chair. Can one of the officials get me chairs for people to sit down? Hey, please, officials, please. There's lots of chairs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being seated. We are going to start with the business of the day. You've all been welcomed, but I'm going to welcome the MMC of Environment, Infrastructure and Services, who is today the acting mayor. He will be presenting the IDP to us. Welcome, MMC. And thank you, and welcome to all the councillors. And if you are a councillor inside amongst the residents, please come out and sit here. The City of Johannesburg would like to the public participation session, conducted specifically to engage with yourselves and to present to you the draft IDP. It is a draft IDP. It has not been decided. It has not been decided on as yet. It is a draft, and you ask questions. And this IDP is a midterm draft rates and tariffs. Normally, we had one presentation. This time, we have two presentations. The other presentation is a presentation on the rates. Property rates and all other rates. So you will understand what is your property rate. We trust that you have visited all the kiosks around so that you are able to engage with the departments and the entities on your service delivery issues. Remember when I started my opening, I said, this one is the IDP midterm budget, draft rates and tariffs. So if you have gone to the stalls to assist you with your service delivery. If you have a problem with City Power, they are there. If you have a problem with your billing, finance is there. So you speak to those people about your service delivery issues. The city has been hosting these IDPs during this month of April, and we are ending in May. We have physical meetings, we have online meetings, and we also have stakeholders. In the past 2 days, we engaged the youth, and yesterday we engaged people with disabilities because they can't be amongst all of us because their issues are different. So we have addressed them. We've had IDPs with those two sets of people. We are also going to have an IDP with business. So if you are a business person, you get onto the virtual meeting of the business. And we will deal with business issues there. Welcome MMC Zungu and welcome MMC Mgina. We also want to ensure that we get all your comments. You are 19 wards here. And you are going to get a chance to speak, but you'll get 2 minutes. But also, there are forms that you are going to fill in, and you will submit them. Where's the table? Is it at the back, or is it here? There's hands that are up there. On my left, on your right, you will submit your forms there. Your name, your email address, as well as your cell phone number is there, so they will be in contact with you. Can someone put up the QR code? As you enter, there's a QR code that you also scan, and the QR code will also be there for you to scan it, as well as put your issues on there. I am not going to be chairing this meeting alone. I'm chairing the session with the chairperson of finance, who is Councillor Matthew. Can you just raise so they can see you? Councillor Matthew will be doing the questions and answers. On that note, you are welcome and you know exactly what you're going to do. But can I also ask that when the acting mayor presents, can we listen so that we are informed of what we are going to ask? Because if we don't listen and we don't read what we have with us, we will not be able to engage the executive. I'm also going to ask officials to minimize their noise. I can hear the conversation here. So colleagues, without any further ado and without wasting your time, I'm going to call on the acting executive mayor for the day, Councillor Squaila, to come and present to you the IDP. Councillor Squaila, MMC.
This copy. Thanks, Honorable Speaker. You see, now you give me a challenge of adjusting a microphone after speaking to you. No, thanks. Greetings to yourself, Speaker. I think you have outlined the purpose of this meeting. I won't do that. Let me also greet the other MMCs present here and honorable councillors that are at the back. And I'm aware that there's also councillors that are also amongst yourselves seated down there. Speaker, it's true that we are interacting with our own society yearly in an IDP program that assists us, in fact, to prioritize when we are dealing with the budget of the city of Johannesburg. Now, I hope it's reflecting on the page actually displayed here, colleagues. It speaks about the people's plan of the city of Johannesburg. We have the view that we must design a plan as a city that speaks to people, residents of the city of Johannesburg. The most important stakeholder of the city is yourself as a resident, and let me extend my greetings to yourself also as well. Now, in that particular people's plan displayed to yourselves, it speaks about the seven most critical issues of collaborating with residents, building a trust and accountable city, prioritizing basic services, delivering what matters most, and obviously transforming our city to what we think that it should be, and taking ownership together. And lastly, what is more important, that the issue of accountability must then be fundamental to us achieving a greater Johannesburg. Now, can you go to the next page? Yes. Now, Joburg in focus residents speaks about the basic services there, you can tell, and some of actually the numbers that where we are, you can tell that 82% formal dwelling, water provision within the city, we are sitting at 99%, electricity provision at 92%, and basic sanitation 96%, and refuse collection at actually 87%. So it's a clear indication that most of the critical, the cold front of service delivery to our own community are the ones that I've just spoken about, of waste collection, water and electricity provision is very much critical. Now, on the economy, the national GDP contribution of 15%, we have a growth rate of 1%, which is very low, and again will result or being contributed by what is happening globally and nationally and regionally. Unemployment rate at 33% within the city, and poverty rate of 40%. So social development, colleagues, human development index 0.7%, quality of life index in Johannesburg, we are sitting at 61%. And I think as a city we need to do more so that we are pushing our numbers just to around 90%. Customer satisfaction within the city, we are sitting at 61%. Now, the last point will be environmental issues. We are also monitoring, we have a 6 air quality monitoring station within the city, led by ESD, so that at least we are able to know on account what quality of air are we breathing, and what do we do about this issue? We have an issue of landfills compliance at 81%, which is not good. Our landfills are under stress, lifespan of less than 2 years, others are closed, others are not complying with environmental issues. I think more work needs to be done there. But most importantly, we're embarking a process on a project called landfill gas to energy, so that we source gas from our landfills and create electricity out of it. Next page, that speaks about strong foundation, access to basic services. Now, there are also those that can afford a life in Johannesburg, those that goes to informal dwellings, informal settlement. We are also responsible as government to actually provide services to them. As you can tell on the other page, speaks about the formal dwelling of 89.8%, water 98%, electricity 94%, sanitation 93%, refuse removal at actually 90.5%. Now, how does the city develop a people's plan? So the key 6 principles that we use: development delivered at a grassroots level through ward and regional planning. A CBP undertaken as a core run of the IDP, assuring residents' voices and actually residents contributing to shaping the city's programs. Ownership of the IDP vested in local communities through meaningful participation. An IDP and a budget are directly relevant to the community issues and priorities. Empowerment of community through structural public participation processes. So those are the key principles we use in making sure that we interact with our own public. Now on your picture there, it shows some of the portfolio of evidence, pictures where city officials are acting with communities or engage with communities and so on. So the key burning issues in this region, that is more fundamental to this region F. Cleaning and illegal dumping within region F. We've identified communication and transparency, community services, completion of project, economic opportunities and skills, electricity and electrification, education. I think you will understand that education is not our own competence as a city, but I think we're working together with provincial government to ensure that this particular provision, this particular services is actually delivered to our own our own residents. Now, we've deployed what we call them the high mast lights. Is Ama Apollo, they call them Ama Apollo lights, but these ones are powered with solar, not electricity. So we have noted that they are needed here in this region. The demand is very high because of the importance of this particular services. Issue of women's settlements, inner city rejuvenation, and maintenance of infrastructure in the inner city. We are aware that of the aging water pipeline infrastructure in the city, and also with regard to electricity, we have challenges in this region in particular. So you could have told or you could have listened to the executive mayor and myself in quite a number of media briefing society on how we're investing in water infrastructure and electricity. So the mayor instructed us to focus on the water pipe replacement in our process of revamping the inner city of Johannesburg. We've taken note that, in fact, once you go and say we're going to invest in Lanzeria mega project, mega city, we mustn't abandon the old cities such as inner city, Rambek, and others, including Rudaport. Now, policing and enforcement is also one of the most critical, very problematic issues in the city. Bylaw enforcement, we've agreed. Road maintenance is also a problem. Now, new parks and maintenance of existing parks. transportation, tourism and cultural activities, water and sanitation. So those are the things that we have identified that in this region are the most core issues that you actually need to be serviced. We have state of service delivery analysis on your page. I think on me doesn't reflect page, I think it's page 5. Waste management related issues, that is illegal dumping and street sweeping. Pick It Up will then do two circles in 1 week, or 2 rounds in 1 week, which is Wednesday and Saturday. Street sweeping is a daily issue. So those are the walls that in fact we are speaking about, I think on the middle column there. So now on the far right, it speaks of the mitigation or required action plan. That as a city, this is what we think that we must do with regard to cleaning of the inner city and the whole entire region. But there are elements there of JMPD to develop a bylaw enforcement plan to address issues related to recurring illegal dumping and hotspot. And the last bullet point speaks about JMPD installation of CCTV to monitor illegal activity and all this issue of illegal dumping. And we must agree, that illegal dumping shouldn't happen within the city. If we are to tell the numbers, how much Pick It Up spend to clear illegal dumping is over 300 million a year per annum. They are doing things which they weren't supposed to do at the first place. That money was supposed to be channeled somewhere on service delivery related issues. So we are requesting our own residents to keep on going to our depots, apply for bins, and Pick It Up schedules must then be known that Pick It Up will come at this day. That's a day only where you can take your bin and take to the street for Pick It Up to collect. Now, the second page speaks about road-related, I think that's potholes, blocked, damaged and stormwater drains, reinstatement of pavements, road markings and street names, age infrastructure vandalism of traffic lights. You would have seen that JRA is deploying certain technology in terms of the cable that they now use to fix the robots because they get vandalized. Inner city, I think, is the most worst affected area where our own infrastructure get vandalized all the time. So we are glad that JRA is able to do certain work because it has actually uplifted. In fact, they now have the capacity to produce their own asphalt. You have seen some of the roads where you do our own road resurfacing altogether, working with JRA by themselves, no tender, no other systems. Now, the state of water and sanitation. And here it says that all the wards are affected by this age pipe infrastructure, where the reservoir tower, clean pipes and sewer pipe together, underground water leaks that we're also monitoring through ESD, vandalism of water meters, valves, and fire hydrant, and water outages. And again, on your far right, it speaks about the mitigations or solutions that Joburg Water would have felt that if they implement them, would get out of this quagmire. So Joburg Water, water and sewer pipeline replacement project currently underway to address age infrastructure and underground water leaks. We're experiencing just over 40% water losses in the city. And some of those mean that the cracks in our own reservoirs and pipelines, and some of this water might have been wasted due to non-payment of the services by some of our own residents. Now, on electricity issues, residents, we have issues of illegal connection of electricity in Johannesburg. Very rampant to a point that if cannot be solved might collapse this entity. The issue of infrastructure vandalism and issue of public lighting. Again here, you would have observed that we would have moved away from old copper cables to aluminium. We are now exploring a new technology with even aluminium of late. Bakhanda amapoto ngayo yabona. Bahamba issues and they go and melt it and create cooking pots with it. Now, even this market is also found to be having some activity outside the country where they are buying this aluminium. Now, the COJ, in collaboration with Josie My Josie initiatives, has until today installed a total number of 1,500 solar LED streetlights in the inner city, and plans are underway to roll out programs to peripheral areas. This initiative is geared towards reducing the incidence of vandalism in public lighting infrastructure and ensure a stable and constant provision of public lighting. We have acknowledged that ourselves as the city alone, we might not solve all the problems that we're having. And we're working with some other organizations. I would have mentioned Josie My Josie here, but there are those that are working with us within the city and assisting us to actually deal with our own infrastructure decay and backlogs. So we thank these organizations that are working, are contributing their own energy and resources into the city. Now, on city parks, we have issues of illegal occupation of parks by destitute people, illegal dumping and recycling, substance abuse, vandalism of this infrastructure, erection of illegal infrastructure. Now, we have a problem in Johannesburg of destitute society or people that are occupying our parks. Now, we are designing models where we can house them and remove them from this important city infrastructure where people must go with their own families and enjoy our parks, but they are now afraid because of they are occupied by certain people. Now, informal street trading, unregulated informal trading in designated and non-designated trading areas. You would have seen around De Villiers inner city, the executive mayor would have invested his time there to clean it, and now, together with economic development, have opened platform for residents to come and register as informal traders, so that at least city can account to those that are there on our street. So again, on the far right, we have our own mitigation plans and the ward that in fact we are busy with economic development. Now, public safety. Problematic properties and bad buildings, traffic management, bylaw enforcement, and crime preventions. Now, those are the mitigations or solutions on our far right. The COJ is currently in a process of implementing a developmental program of prioritizing bad buildings in the inner city, which will ensure the rehabilitation and development of bad buildings. We have met a couple of months ago with a meeting of the CEOs of companies that have vested interest in the inner city, and they've pledged to assist the city in terms of rebuilding the inner city. What I've also requested together with property owners was that they must also assist us by renovating their own buildings within the inner city. So it shouldn't only be building that belongs to the government, but even privately owned buildings must then be renovated, and actually so that we have a most beautiful reflection. Crime prevention, JMPD in collaboration with SAPS, Gauteng Public Safety and private sector security agencies, to develop an enforcement plan for the effective policy or policing of transport nodes, public parks, and high-density areas. Those that walks in the inner city from small street, you can see some cameras, some Voma Cam and other city-owned and other companies installing cameras within the city so that we are able to monitor who is who in the inner city, so that we are able to keep crime that is happening within the inner city. Now on page 7, that where we speaks about destitute persons. provision of shelters program for the destitute. Well, now remember that these young kids that are, victims of drug abuse, you can't just take them and house them somewhere. You just need to design a program to keep them busy so that at least most of them you find very, very much talented young South Africans. So, but once you design programs where you can channel them for the product and turn them into productive residents of the city. So the following interventions will be implemented for the homeless person: shelter and also placement management, psychosocial support, personal hygiene and nutrition, outreach, substance abuse treatment, and community reintegration. So that some of them will agree that they might want to go back to their homes and families. Others might disagree. We'll have actually a separate program for them. Now, progress on CAPEX project and plan project. Colleagues, we have earmarked, I spoke about the maintenance of water system. You can see our first point there is Joburg Reservoir repairs. It speaks about the money allocated, which is 65 million, and the bid adjudication committee stage. That is where this project is at the bid adjudication stage. Forest Hill Tower, 103 million allocated. The tender was closed on the 27th of February this year. The evaluation process to commence immediately. The Hastile Tower again, reservoir again, 25 million allocated. Tender is now at an advert stage. Joburg water pump station. You will know that when we do the maintenance of water services, once we are done, it takes time to actually recover the time, and our own community will then be protesting water. And so that we think that if we invest again in pump stations, we are able to pump water to higher lying areas so that our own community can recover water very quickly. The Mayfair water pipe replacement, 130 million allocated, project approved by BSC and awaiting accounting officers' approval before advert. So this is to be done by March. I think it's in progress. Kenilworth sewer pipe replacement, Cleveland sewer pipe replacement, and La Rochelle sewer pipe replacement, and those are stages where the project is. You must have seen somewhere in the inner city around Best Valley that Joburg Water is busy replacing the old sewer pipes there as we speak. The Joburg Reservoir, Doornfontein PRV, Joburg Reservoir water upgrade. So that's a work that we are doing around Denver, collector upgrade, Parktown sewer upgrade, Judith Pal sewer upgrade, and Foxburg sewer upgrade in Johannesburg Central sewer upgrade. So those are the stages. Those are already done. You can see on your far right that we have completed this work. City Power. All fencing and security lighting for various substations, renewal, building, altar, erection. This project, I think, is also underway. Telecommunication, multiplexer and network management system renewal plan, again coming around August this year. RTU installation, a new SCADA in Newtown Junction. Those that stays around Newtown will understand the continuous power outage in Newtown. So again, I think it's very much important that the city, through City Power, invest in that particular area because it's both residential. We have a Newtown Junction, we have universities and other shops that in fact contribute to the economy of the city. So it's very much important that we invest also our energy there. That work is to be done again by June, around June, August this year. So if work to be done around Forsberg, Bree Street, that is also to be done around June this year. Now, this presentation, colleagues, I might not go through all of them. I think it indicates city power work and which ward we are doing the work, and the timelines at the far right there. We can tell that where we are. You can check this project, where we are. Now, again, the second page also speaks about the city power project. I think we have an opportunity to peruse this thing at home so that at least you can relate and be able to tell Abahlali who did not come here. So on human settlement, again, South Hills Mixed Integrated Housing Development, scope of work, I think is also mentioned there. In Ward 57, 11865, upgrading of informal settlement and electrification of those informal settlements that are happening, and the money allocated, you can tell it's around 64 million rand. Now we'll go to pick it up. I think 124, construction of a storm. I think might have been a mistake. It can't be stormwater management, because this will be done by GRA. Apology for that. Ward 66, upgrading of the garden site into an integrated waste management facility at the Bezettenot Valley garden site. And we're upgrading also a garden site in the integrated waste management facility in Mondeo. That project is again started June last year, and the one at Bezettenhout would have started also June last year. So JDA is doing a work in Ward 61, Murray Park, 46 million allocated. It was meant to be completed at the end of November 2025. However, due to suspension of non-payment, it was not actually delivered in time. Terrefontaine Clinic construction of a new clinic around 16.8 million started in November 2023. The project is now at 75% progress. So JDA is doing a number of projects in quite a number of our own communities. You can see on page 16 also is JDA and all the projects that are doing in our own communities for us to peruse at our own time. Again, on page 18, it's also JDA. That speaks about 59, Joburg Art Gallery, Jack Minsa taxi rank around Ward 59. So we thank JDA for being active in developing the city that we would like to see. You can see most of these projects are done by them all the way to page 19, also to 20. It's also projects that are done by JDA. On page 20, I think you see there, Lawrenceville, project around 3 million planning and design stage. Also was intended to happen around the year 2025 to 2028. With the project, I think we are still at the planning stage. Now, GRA, those are the projects that are doing at Ward 60, 124, 59, and also 23, 56, 65, 118, and 123, and also in Ward 66. So some of them, they are at phase one. The one at Ward 60 and 124, phase one completed, and phase two is at 35% progress. So that's an information which colleagues will have time at home to peruse. We are doing a stormwater, at Terrefontaine, stormwater rehabilitation project there. Rehabilitation of John and Weber Street sinkhole in Boysen. Construction and realignment of blocked culvert between Helen and Joseph. I think that information is also being shared with all of you. I think page 22 is just a work in progress again by JDA, the work that is happening around Wolili and Ngoi. We all know the work done around, I think also around Bray. You can all see that JRA is also busy doing some work there. Now, I spoke about GRA's work progress around inner city It speaks about Marshall and Elof, Marshall and Grace, Anderson and von Vellach. So those are the work that's done also by JRA internal. Now, I think Joburg Water colleagues, Ward 66, phase 2 sewer pipe replacement. I drove around, I've seen them replacing sewer pipe around Ward 66, Bezedonul Valley, phase 3 sewer pipe replacement. The scope of work there, you can see 3,800 meter using pipe cracking method. We call it a trenchless technology that is actually being deployed by Joburg Water. We are refurbishing a Hector Norris pump station. It's somewhere in the inner city. It's important for residents of down in the inner city, downtown, and all the way to Selby. There's an intervention that we are doing currently now. Contractor is appointed, is now busy at work. We have promised residents there and business people that by end of May, we should have replaced those old pipes. When we invited by business people in Selby, we were told that the pipe was installed by the time Johannesburg was discovered. Must have been around 8 years or 9 years old. It's a clear indication how old is this pipe. So we're busy replacing those pipes bit by bit. We apologize for that inconvenience that would have caused residents. The work we do at Crosby bulk infrastructure, 310 million allocated. We are now sitting at 13%. Brixton Reservoir and Tower, we are at 98%. The work is actually completed. We are currently charged the system. We are now testing the water in terms of actually infrastructure, whether before we launch it, there won't be any comebacks. But so far where we are, then the progress is actually going very well. Now we do a work around Hestil 2 reservoir. We are renovating a reservoir. That project has already started last year. September is currently ongoing. The village deep water pipe replacement phase 1 at 124. 124 again, village deep water pipe replacement phase 2 is also at 96%. The work has been done. We're about to conclude that work that side. A Fairview sewer pipe replacement project, Alexander Park Reservoir, that is supplying water around Kensington, Malvern side, that side. We are now sitting there at 1% with that particular work there. Now, colleagues, again on page 26, it indicates projects and money allocated and actually the completion and estimated completion date at 124, Ward 59, 125, Ward 124, and Ward 58 and 124 again. You can tell that these are projects that actually about to happen that side. So the information, colleagues, on page 27 again, is a lot of information which I think you can peruse at home. It indicates the project that has been identified, the project name, department, and the wards, and the money allocated, and also the delivery of those projects are also indicated. And also on page 28, the same information is shared with residents, so that at least tomorrow we are able to hold us accountable to say, you came and spoke about this project, how far are we? Or you might say that we have lied about this project, what would have caused those delays? On page 29, again, the same, name of project and where they are, and how much is allocated and which wards are those projects allocated. On page 29, you can tell in the inner city building acquisition, mostly are done by Joshko. We have a lot of issues in the inner city around issues of housing. So Joshko is doing some work there. You can see on page 29 for that perusal. Page 30 again, it will be about pick it up and social development and Transport Department and the work that they're doing, they've identified in those areas, money allocated, the ward name, and so on. Now, the Joburg 2040, in a world-class African city, those are our own Joburg 2040 GDS outcome as outlined there, and how we are responding to those IDP priorities. We're a safer city, sustainable service delivery, an energy mix, infrastructure development and refurbishment, job creation, green economy, sustainable economic growth, good governance, financial sustainability, an active, engaged citizenry, and smart city. So a clear plan to deliver for Johannesburg. So it indicates on page 31 our own strategic partnership within the city. Number one pillar there, financial sustainability and economic growth. Pillar number two, infrastructure delivery and climate resilience. Pillar number three, safety and law enforcement and spatial justice. Pillar number four, digital governance and accountability. Once we can minimize crime in our own community, investment will come back. And when investment comes back, jobs are created, and the city economic cycle then comes to life. Apology for that. On our strategic partnership, we've earmarked identified community, private sector partnerships, and government departments. I've indicated earlier on about Josie My Josie and other NGOs are working with us, with the city, and property owners within the city to actually develop or have a joint developmental programs together with them. We're working together with a provincial government and national department on quite a number of spheres, and I think it bears some fruits we are already seeing now within Johannesburg. Now, we acknowledge that we need to fix our finances, unlock growth, and create jobs. What are those issues? We mean that revenue optimization. We need to collect more revenue as a city. Economic growth and investment, inner city and township revitalization, and job creation. This is our vision that this administration will want to see these things happening. Page 33, we are to fix the core infrastructure systems. We spoke about Joburg water. We are going to fix the leaks to save water and deliver better services. We are going to embark in metering and expansion, faster fault response, energy mix by city power, smarter grid, and greener and cleaner future. So we intended to diversify supply of energy through IPPs and storages, using what we call them battery storage system. Smart grid and prepaid expansion, and again to reduce electricity losses. Road stormwater, waste management and climate resilience. Restore safety and the rule of law. So we'll expand more or invest more of our energy and resources in law enforcement and compliance within the city, visibility of policy within the city, and integrated safety system, community resilience. And again, there are also points there that tell us that this is how we're going to be doing those things that I'm speaking about as the city of Johannesburg. Now again, we think that building a smart city is a way to go. Now use technology to create development within the city of Johannesburg. Part of this include, as I've indicated earlier on, the installations of actually CCTV and other mechanisms to actually deter crime within our own city. And accelerated service delivery, the basic delivery delivered better, faster to everyone at home. So those are electricity, water, waste collection, road and stormwater, sanitation, and street lighting. Now, because everybody is interested in Johannesburg, Mid last year, we began to collaborate with national government through what we call Presidential Johannesburg Working Group Committee that is actually assisting Johannesburg in quite a number of issues where national government must then intervene, including financially and otherwise, to assist the city, and national also monitoring us as the city and how we are solving our own problems. So page 35, we speak about smart investment, stronger infrastructure and better communities, data-driven priorities and targeted investment, lasting impact. Again, those maps there shows where we are actually working. Now, page 36 again, colleagues speaks about targeted investment, stronger regions, shared progress. Region A, Region C, Region D also as outlined, but there it speaks about inner city, where we are today. So page 36 again, where your money goes and the impact it delivers. Again, we have a graph there that shows the slice of an operating budget of 8.2 billion operating budget and actually 8.9 billion of capital budget. And on your far right, it actually indicates and how the city is going to use that money. Page 37. I'm having a very small document with small letters I can't see. So I think those are the departments where city is going to use them. And on your columns there, the money and where they're going to be, and which department is allocated how much money and how they're going to spend that money. Building Joburg's future, a fair, inclusive, responsive city for all. Now, Johannesburg 2026-2027 IDP is focused on creating a fair, inclusive, and responsive city for all residents. The city's budget prioritizes support for underserved communities and ensure that resources are distributed equitably. Touches on issue of tariff increases, which again will be presented later on. Service delivery challenges are being addressed through a targeted infrastructure improvement and greater accountability. So this plan is what we call it a people's plan, continues to be shaped by our own community. We are building a city where everyone can participate, contribute and thrive through a strong partnership and shared responsibility. So tariffs, there will be a presentation for tariffs, but there you can see on property, electricity, water, sanitation, and refuse, and which year and so on, the percentage at which they are going to be increased. I'm not sure, Speaker, if there will be a presentation for tariffs. Yeah, you'll get a proper briefing and presentation about tariffs, properties, amanzi, waste, gas, and so on. So I would have tried to summarize this particular presentation, but I hope that everybody seated down is saving this particular presentation. You'll take your time at home, peruse it, and make sure this information is shared by everybody. Thanks a lot, Speaker. Thanks.
Thank you so much, MMC. Can I call on Pumza to come and present the rates? But whilst I'm waiting for her, I want to welcome MMC of Economic Development, Councillor Mnisi, MMC Eni Makafula, the Health and Social Development MMC, MMC Tapelo Ahmed from ComDev, as well as my partner in crime, Chair of Chairs, Councillor Marema, is from the legislature. Thank you so much. Pumza.
Madam Speaker, Acting Mayor, MMC, councillors, City Manager, officials, residents, greetings. My name is Phumzani Jogweni. I am from a department called Property Unit under Rates and Taxes. I am going to take you through the rates policy. Firstly, property rates, it is a tax. It is a tax on your property. If you own a property, it means that as per the rules or the South African laws, you must pay rates and taxes. This law, or the rates policy, it is based on a law called Municipal Property Rates Act. Rates policy is a legal document. It tells us, or it tells residents how we charge property rates as the city of Joburg. For us to charge rates and taxes, we must make sure that the rates that we charge are fair and they contribute to the city's economy. What is important to note is that the rates that you pay, they contribute 25% to the city's budget. So you contribute as property owners, as business owners, 25% to the city's budget. And that translates, that 25%, it translates to the investment in your water infrastructure, to your roads, to your clinics, to your public libraries. The next slide, thank you. Madam Speaker, we have 971,000 properties in the city of Joburg. All of them are valued. They have values. We want to grow that number. We want people to come and invest in the city of Joburg. We want that number to grow to 1 million. So currently we are working on that. Ours, as rates and taxes, is to create a conducive environment, an environment that allows businesses to come and invest in the city, an environment that will allow you, property owners, to come and buy properties in the city. When we talk about the city, we are also including the inner city that the acting executive mayor spoke about. And this time, it is a time of consultation. We have already compiled the draft rates policy for 2026-2027. It will be implemented on 1st of July. It is a draft. We currently have these properties that we call them categories of properties. The biggest contributors in the revenue, it's your business and commercial, your mining, your industrial, and your residential. That means you as residents, you are contributing a lot. We also have what we call residential with consent use. If you are a property owner, you want to run a business in your property, you are allowed to do that. You are allowed to do that. You must go and visit our city and apply for what we call a consent use. We have religious properties. Religious properties, remember, this policy is based on the Municipal Property Rates Act. And in terms of the Act, religious properties are exempted from paying rates as long as the church, the property is registered in the name of a church to get that 100% rebate. The next slide, it's our revenue projection for 2026-27. How much more businesses are paying versus residential property owners? Businesses are paying 2.5 is to 1. So the ratio is 1 is to 2.5, the base ratio being a residential. That means if a residential property owner is paying 1,000 rand, businesses are paying 2.5. If a residential property owner is paying 100 rands, businesses are paying 250. We charge a cent in the rand. That is why you see there that we have 0.009.889. That is a cent in the rand. And Madam Speaker, we are proposing for this year a 3.6% increase across all categories of properties. This 3.6%, I am proud to announce that it is less than the rate of inflation. So we are proposing a 3.6% from 1st of July. The proposed tariff for 2026-2027, we have 17 categories of properties in the city of Joburg. We have business and commercial. We have vacant land. Vacant land is a penalty tariff. It is 4 times the residential tariff, meaning if a residential property owner is paying 1,000 rand, a vacant land owner will pay 4,000. Remember, we need land. We need land to develop properties, to develop clinics, and to invest in water infrastructure, in roads infrastructure. So we cannot have people speculating. That is why we are charging 4 times. Remember, this is a draft. Don't forget to make your inputs for the 2026-2027. We also have, I want to touch on our public benefit organization. Our PBOs, Madam Speaker, they pay a quarter of the residential tariff. We want that space to grow. That is why we are charging them a quarter of the residential tariff, meaning they are paying less than your residential properties. I've already indicated that we are proposing a 3.6% increase across all categories of properties. We have a category which is a penalty tariff, which is called unauthorized usage. I had the executive mayor speaking about illegal dumping. From our side, we are talking about illegal usage, meaning you are using your property illegally. Remember, when you buy a property, you get what we call a zoning right, meaning you buy a right, you say, as PUMZA, I am buying the property. I am buying the property for residential purposes. But now you decide to run a business, or you decide to run a church, whatever you decide to run, without telling the municipality, then we will charge you 12 times. It is the highest because it is a penalty tariff. We don't want people to use their properties illegally, but we are not saying that people cannot run businesses. All we want is people applying for this consent use. You will still be a residential property owner, but you will get what we call a consent use. It is 12 times. I know that if we hit you with this tariff, it is very expensive. That means if a residential property owner is paying 1,000, you will be charged 12,000. But you remember, as residents, you are allowed to run businesses as long as you apply and get a consent use. Madam Speaker, currently we have the proposed rates for 2026-27. Oh, these are the rebates. Remember, those who cannot afford to pay rates, we consider them under rebates. The first 300,000 of all residential properties is non-rateable, meaning if your property is valued at 500,000, you will pay rates on 500 minus 300, you will pay rates on 200,000. This applies to all residential properties. The famous one, Bogogo, your pensioner rebate. I hope all of you as property owners, if you are 60 and above, you are receiving this rebate. Currently, we have about 24,000 who are receiving this rebate, and people are applying daily for this rebate. We have two categories of pensioner rebate. We have 60 to 69. We consider at 60 to 69 how much you get. If you are getting a SASSA grant, we will give you 100%. But if you are getting up to 23,172, you will get a 50%. At least we say there, you're not bad economically. You can afford to pay 50%. The threshold for that is 1.5, meaning if you are residential or you are a pensioner, even if your property is valued at 10 million, you can still apply. You will get a rebate up to 1.5 million. At 70 years, we say thank you. You've worked hard for this city. We will give you 100% up to 2 million. We don't even consider your income. This rebate, residents it's not automatically. You must apply for it. It's easy to apply for it. You can visit the center. You will be able to apply. They will give you the forms. It's not an automatic rebate. We have the ESP. The EXP is up to 500,000. And we also consider, I think this was mentioned yesterday, those people who are living with disability, they are also considered. We have high density rebate. Remember, this city, we no longer have land. We want people to develop high-rise buildings. If investors come and develop those high-rise buildings, they will get a rebate of 5%. We have the housing development schemes for retired persons. I know we have in this ward or in this region, we give them 50% rebate. We have the child-headed households. We have your corridors and township industrial rebate. There are areas that have been identified by the city as the corridors of freedom. So in those areas, you will get a rebate. In the township development, you will also get a rebate. There's two phases. We have phase 1, which is your 75%, and phase 2, you will get 50% rebate. What are we proposing, Speaker, for this year, 2026, 2027? Remember, when it comes to vacant land, it is 4 times the residential tariff. For us to charge you, if you had a vacant land and you are building a residential property, for us to charge you residential, you must give what you must produce an occupational certificate so that we can charge you a residential tariff. Remember, residential tariff is less than the vacant land tariff. The rebate for advanced settlement. Residents who are proposing that if you pay your account in advance, you will get a rebate. think about this. If you pay your account in advance, we are able to invest that money. We invest in the property market as the city of Joburg. Our economic development is able to invest that money in the infrastructure. Our treasury is able to create a conducive environment which will allow us to create jobs. So you will, as the property owners, contribute to the development of the city by paying rates in advance. This will be from 1st of July 2026. It is a proposal, so we are expecting comments from you as residents or as property owners. The rebate for public schools, the quintals 1, 2, and 3, these are non-fee paying schools. They are already not paying fees. So as the city, we decided to propose that these schools must not pay rates. Remember, as parents in those schools, you are already not paying fees. So we are assisting government to ensure that there is development in those schools. The tariff and ratios, the tariff, I've already mentioned that. We are proposing a 3.6% increase across all categories of properties. It is below the rate of inflation currently, and the ratios, there are no changes in the ratios. The increase or the proposed increase is on the tariff. Pensioners, we are increasing the qualifying income. So we are increasing from 13, remember the categories have not changed. We still have 60 to 69 and 70 and above. We are proposing to increase the number of people that are going to qualify for this rebate. We are increasing from 13,049 to, so if someone ends up to 13,519, they will get 100% rebate. From 22,367 to 23,172, they will get a 50% rebate, and the threshold remains at 1.5 million. The threshold for residential, it's still at 300,000. Do not forget that we've given you the 300,000 off. And the other important one, residents and the schools, is the proposal or the tariff that we will be charging our private schools and independent schools. Just to give you a background, in 2023, we decided as the city of Joburg to categorize private schools as business and commercial and give them a 25% rebate. In year 2, that is 2024, we gave them a 50% rebate. And in year 3, we gave them a 75% rebate. That is last year. This year, on the 1st of July, we are going to charge them 100%. Private schools and independent schools will be categorized as business and commercial and will be charged 100% tariff. Please make your comments, private schools and independent schools. The non-maintenance tariff, we're not implementing it this year. We still want people to look after their properties, not neglect them, so that we have a booming property market. We are not going to implement it this year. Just to give you a summary, residents, we have 5 things that we are proposing, or 5 changes or amendments to the rates policy for 2026-27 that will be implemented from 1st of July, a rebate for non-fee paying school fee, and a 12-month advance payment. So if you pay your rates in advance for 12 months, you will get a rebate. The private and independent schools will be charged 100% rebate or tariff. They will be categorized as business and commercial. The public schools also, they will be charged 100% tariff, but they will be categorized under public service purpose. When we talk about rates, we are talking about cents and rands. It is a sensitive topic. We must ensure that all as residents, for us or pensioners to get a rebate, we must make sure that our accounts are in good standing, meaning that we do not owe property rates, or we do not, our accounts are not in arrears. But if it happens that your account is in arrears, please make a payment arrangement. You will still be able to receive a rebate. I think that's all, Speaker, from my side. Thank you.
Now we understand what rates we have to pay. I also want to welcome once again the MMC of Human Settlements, MMC Mabaso, and all other councillors that has arrived here. We are now going to the session where you are going to be asking questions. And we have 19 wards, and you are going to be allowed 2 minutes. The chair will explain to you how he's going to take you. But I also want to remind you, if you don't get a chance, use the form. Use the QR code so that you are heard, even if it is not verbally. Chairperson, where is he? Oh, okay, Chairperson is behind me and is going to explain to you how it works.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Thank you, Acting Executive Mayor. Thank you to all the MMCs here present. And I think a big thank you to all of you who've arrived today. This session is for your participation and for you to be able to engage the entities, the officials, and the executive on their plans for the upcoming year. As the Speaker has mentioned, we have 19 wards in Region F, and I'm sure not all of you are wanting to be sitting here all day and all night. So we've looked at the 19 wards, and we're going to allow 2 people from each ward to make verbal, to provide verbal questions. They'll have a time limit of 2 minutes each. So those of you who are quick at maths already know that this is longer than a 2-hour process that we're about to start now. So I'm asking all of you for your patience. There are only going to be 2 people from each ward presenting. If you haven't, you can collect one of these forms. It's the IDP comment form. And whether you complete this form or if you scan the QR code, which is around the venue and up on the screens at times, or if you make a verbal suggestion, all your comments are treated the same. So don't feel like you're done out if you don't get a chance to present here. We are going to start calling the wards. The QR code's currently on the screen, so if anybody wants to get that, you're welcome to get it now. We're going to call up the 2 questions for 5 wards at a time, and I'm going to ask you to raise your hands, and I will then point to the people who have been selected to come and ask your questions, and you will come and stand here in a line where the microphone is. If you can just raise your hand for me. The microphone is here in the front center. So once I've acknowledged you as being one of the persons to represent your ward, I'm asking that you please come and line up in here. We'll start with Ward 23. Ward 23, if you would like to speak on Ward 23, please raise a hand. No takers from Ward 23. Ward 54. Ward 54. Any takers from Ward 54? No questions. Ward 55. Hands from Ward 55. 1 over here. You can come and stand here, ma'am. You'll be the first person. Anyone else? Ward 56. Ward 56. Anybody from Ward 56 who would like to pose a question? Ward 57. Sir, your hand was up first, and ma'am, you were second. Sir, at the back with the beanie, you can come forward, and ma'am in the blue top. Ward 58. Yes, sir, in the white beanie, and ma'am here in the front, you can join the queue. And we're going to pause. We'll do one more ward. Let's do Ward 59. Ward 59, any hands from Ward 59? You can come up, ma'am. And that'll be our first round of questions. I'm going to ask, when you'll see there's a clock up on the screen. You only have 2 minutes to ask your question. And we're going to ask residents to please make sure that their questions relate to the IDP, not to general service delivery or things in your area. This isn't the platform for this. This is to really engage on the IDP and the rates and the tariffs that have been presented. You have 2 minutes. When you are asked to come up to the microphone, please tell us your ward number and your name. Ma'am, you may begin. Your name and...
Jaya, I'm Lillian Buckland. I'm from Ward 55. Chairperson, I'm looking at a draft integrated development plan for Region F. And I would like to know, when the person was speaking there, we went through this whole document. And I hope the city of Joburg realized that for the budget for 2026-2027, Ward 55 has not been included here. Can somebody please tell me why not? Because we're living in a ward that's dilapidated, the infrastructure, everything. We are dying there, and the budget are being distributed around us, but not to us. Can somebody please explain to me why are we not included in this budget? Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Just a reminder as well I've just been reminded by MMC here that this is also an opportunity not only to ask questions on what's been raised, but also to make submissions. If there's something that you feel that has been left out in the IDP, it's also your opportunity to make submissions. So those online forms and these physical forms, also use them to make contributions to be included in the IDP. Sir, if you can start with your name, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
All right, my name is Larato Mahapi. I'm representing Ward 57. I am going to be raising service delivery issues as well. To the officials of Johannesburg Human Settlement, City Power, and Pick It Up, and all relevant stakeholders, I address you today with deep frustrations and urgency regarding the ongoing crisis in South Hills RDP units in Ward 57. In January, we had a meeting at the MMC's office where we formally raised our concerns about the appalling conditions of our homes. We spoke about the dangers and the substandard work carried out by appointed contractors and City Power officials that were approved by City of Johannesburg. We made it clear that our electrical wiring and cabling was not only poor but dangerous. Today, those warnings have become a reality. City Power technicians continue to confirm that the wiring across the complex is not up to standard and that the contractor must come to completely rewire the infrastructure, yet no actions has been taken. We also raised deteriorating states of our buildings. Windows are falling apart, rainwater leaking through, walls into our homes. Geysers supplied by Iogas are not working, and expect elders to pay hundreds of rands just for a mere call-out fee. These are not small defects. They are signs of complete failure in delivering safe and dignified housing. At the same meeting, MMC Mabaso instructed officials from the city to come and arrange a site inspection to witness these conditions firsthand. To this day, no one has come, not even a single official has accounted for the residents. Yes, and regarding the beyond our housing issues, we continue to suffer with poor planning and neglected infrastructure. Developments are being approved without upgrading the water and electrical systems that were built over 20 years ago. As a result, residents face constant
Thank you very much. Your time is up. Ma'am, if you can start with your name, your ward. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Shaida Shakur, residing in Councillor James Ward 57, MMC Chair, respected officials, thank you for this opportunity. I speak on behalf of all our senior residents who are living under very difficult conditions. There's little to no security, the access system is not working, and a recent fire showed how vulnerable our seniors are. The nearby field has become a crime and drug hotspot, putting them at risk daily. There is also no reliable after-hours emergency support, leaving elderly residents stranded in times of need. Seniors are facing very high electricity bills, while surrounding areas are not paying due to illegal connections. This is unfair and unsustainable. We also have title deeds outstanding for over 20 years, which is completely unacceptable. There are no proper facilities, no hall for funeral prayers, no space for social and recreational activities, 100+ residents, and no secure parking for those with vehicles. On top of this, maintenance complaints receive no feedback. Residents feel ignored. These are basic needs, not luxuries. We are asking for urgent action on security and safety, emergency response, electricity fairness, title deeds, community facilities, maintenance, accountability. Our seniors deserve dignity and peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, and thank you for keeping to time. Ma'am, you can start with your name, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now. Please speak into the microphone.
My name is Maggie Rambuda from Hot 58. I really appreciate. So all I ask the first, on feeders, we have the problem. We have a lot of open space who the people, they're dumping, and municipality try hard to clean the place. But when we come again, there's a lot of rubbish, even 5 streets and corner Dilaray. And again, the second is about the school. On February, we have the meeting by New Nation School with the principal and the education people. So we have a problem by the school where the principal told us there's no secret, and the kids, sometimes they're not safe there because there's no secret, and then the people, they just come up and down. So we ask help, even by the small little school, is the same. There's no police, there's no secret, and principal explaining the government doesn't have money to pay the security. We really ask help because the kids also, they are not safe. I'm the one who I start to volunteer to help to clean the school. I thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Please start with your name, your ward. Your 2 minutes starts now.
My name is Blossom. I'm Ward 58. Firstly, I'd like to address the issue with human settlements regarding the retirement facilities within Ward 58. We have 9 facilities in Fitas alone. That is Vrededorp. The appalling conditions that our aged got to live in. The situation with the dirt around us. We have an issue with music all night because we have a shebeen and a bottle store on the corner in First Street. Let alone the situation that the old people got to be without electricity, and they have oxygen, they are on tanks, there's no lighting at all in the old age homes, security don't rock up to work, gates are left open. Everybody wants to be the boss. Nobody buys keys. Old people must buy keys to lock up gates. For me, that is ridiculous. Secondly, I would like the area to be cleaned up. The more we clean as old people amongst ourselves, the very next day the people come and litter from First Street right around all the way to 14th Street. The conditions of the units where old people live is just waiting to cave in on few of their heads. I would like that to be addressed by human settlements and make sure. A lot of people, we have the grass to waist high before it ever comes and gets cut. And when it gets cut, it gets dumped outside of the pavement where people find that they can just go and throw dirt there as well. So the companies that are doing that.
Seconds.
Yes, I know. I'm watching the time. You've taken time from me. Anyway, I thank you. Time's up. 2 minutes from me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome the deputy.
I'd like to, before you start, I'd like to welcome the Deputy Executive Mayor, Councillor Loyiso Masuku. Thank you for joining us today, Deputy Executive Mayor. Sir, your 2 minutes starts. Please start with your name and your ward number.
My name is Jarvis Brown, and I'm from Ward 58. The problem is by Caroline Court. The old people need to go and get water from the tanks. There's no water in the taps, and there's no security really, and it's dark at night. The people are stealing cables right in front of the police station. I'm talking about a flying squad. They even stole a bus stop in front of the flying squad. So I'm just asking, what are we going to do about this? And the water situation, that's our main priority. It's 9 years already. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please start with your name, your ward number, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Sanbonani, Kama Unompumelelo Khumalo from Ward 59. The voice, oh, okay. Igama Unompumelelo Khumalo from Ward 59. Sinenkinga, Joburg Park. Sine clinic of which I see lutho angesignaze lokho. West part, it's a drug center which is a walk-in, so it doesn't assist us. So besicela ukubuyisa the clinic, especially as we deal with the vaccination yabantwana, chronic for abantu abadala, because SLN clinic it's too far from us. So especially for our elders, it could be very helpful to clinic back to Joburg Park. Thank you.
Ulela kakhulu mama, uthetha mnandi. If you can please start with your name and your ward number, your 2 minutes starts now.
Igama Gloria Kwetane, Ward 59. Sinenkinga, Ward 59. Ijexmin taxi rank now Yawa, it's being vandalized by Unda, which is Abonya Upe. Iwari to E1, Uguti rank le izofana exactly no Cindy. So kuzolimala abantu abane nilibaleni's promise aniti rank ijexmin taxi rank izo develop until now siyayibona ikhona emabhukwini, but we know ayizukwenzeka leyo nto leyo. Also sine problem yokuthi kunalama subcontract afaka ama sleeves, and then aga restate again ayakupa ashiye ukhamisile. So ukhansela all the time uba ne problem kubantu ukuthi khansela why this subcontractors singafix singareinstate. Please yenzani khansela befonelwa njalo ukuthi kunama injury. I thank you.
Yabulela ma. Asifuna ukuthetha namhlanje akho ngxaki asifuna ukuthetha isiXhosa yesingesi intshontshono akho ngxaki. We're going to go with the next group of wards. Can I see hands for Ward 60? Ward 60, 1, 2. You can come forward. Behind you. Yeah. Those are the two, ma'am. Behind you. The two behind you. Just remember, it's no problem if you don't get a chance to speak. You can submit online or from the form. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Ward 61, Ward 61. I see that hand over there and this hand over here. You can come forward. Ward 62, Ward 62, right at the back in the red. You can come forward, ma'am. Anyone else from Ward 62? Ward 63. Ward 63. Is it one hand or two there? One. Come forward, sir. You can come forward. Ward 64. In the jacket here, ma'am, I see your hand. You can come forward. Ward 64. And the last one for this group. And you can come, ma'am. And then the last one for this group, Ward 65. Yes, sir, I see your hand. And that's all the hands for this round.
Lifted their hands, but was not given the opportunity. Give to the person in the queue of your ward to ask your question, or go and write on the form or the QR code.
Thank you, Speaker. Our first resident today, your name, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. Sanibonani nonke, igama lami nginguThembi Mlisa from Ward 60. I-problem esinayo siyabona ukuthi kuyaklinwa ezitratweni, but the problem amateksi la agcwala yonke indawo ongabonakala ukuthi kuyaklinwa, angenayo indawo ye-A1 yokupaka. Number 2, siyacela abantu, andazi kangakhi sicela lana kwi-IDP, i-GT siyayibona ukuthi yenziwa ngemali, yakhiwa ngemali enkulu, kodwa iya makunetha igcwala amanzi, andazi noba kufuneka izihlale phansi iwe before ivulwe ukuthi iyovulwa makunini na, or mhlambe ikhona umuntu emlindile oyofika ayivule. Ngiyacela ukuthi nisivulele yona. Okwesithathu, ngiyacela sikhuluze ukuthi amanzi la niwasela lapha etafuleni adingwa yithi kakhulu esihleli la phansi. Thina sibalekile ogqitha kakhulu. Thank you.
Siyabonga mama. I'm going to ask the officials, please, if we can get water into the room on the sides of the aisles, not to distribute through, if we can put it on and we can move it down through the aisles, please. Water immediately. Yes, ma'am. Your name, your ward number, and your 2 minutes will start now.
Ward 60 ukwandisa ukuba because mininzi imisebenzi engafumaneka xa ininzi engafumaneka xa inovulwa la GT rank. Siyacela kakhulu namhlanje simke siyazi uba kuthiwa izawuvulwa nini na i-GT rank xa siphuma up singabahlali base 60. Secondly, sineparks ezininzi ezingasebenziyo zi-end up zilala abantwana abantu esithi zizitreat abantu esithi zizitreat kids. So siyacela ezaparks bezitshintshwe noba zitshintshwa but zitshintshwe zenziwe into ebalulekileyo. Okwesithathu sine-dilapidated buildings. Sine-dilapidated buildings ewardini yethu. Instead of bakumane ku-evictwa abantu besisiwa kwindawo outside of their ward, sicela those dilapidated buildings
they change into residential places, whether they can be changed into Joshko places or zibe places, residential places. Ezizaba nemali efikelelekayo ewardini yethu andiyazi kwezinye iward.
Can we please keep the noise down in the room? We're battling to hear. Proceed.
Car washers, there are many car washers in our wards. So they end up, if kunestrato, potholes, if you can check the potholes, there's are car washers all over the streets. So if
20 seconds.
Okay, if JMPD inga implement bylaws, implement bylaws, kuyo yonke into nasekuthengiseni. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next up, your name, your ward number, and you can proceed.
I want to take this opportunity to greet you all. My name is Tolmuzi Mkhize. I'm from Ward 61. And I'm here to inquire about the prolonged delay in the completion of GP Community Park mural library. The facility was previously operational and resident in the ward. However, or rescheduled for a renewal. The renewal initiative and all work on the site are cast due to community insufficient funding. To date, the project remains uncompleted and the community continues to bear the consequences of disclosure. The absence of functional library has directed and damaging impact educational in GP. Learners are deprived of safety studies, study space, access to books, research materials, and in which are essential for completing school assignment and preparing for examination. The closure has further eliminated the critical after-school support environment, leaving many children without alternatives. This situation undermines the city's commitment to education and youth development. In light, I respectfully request an urgent clarity on the following matters. What is the current status of the library renewal project and specific factors that lead to the suspension of work? And has the funding allocated?
Thank you, your time is up. Just a reminder to everybody, you only have 2 minutes. Make sure that you get your points across when you're presenting, please. So your name, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
My name is Mxolisi Mechula. I'm from Ward 61. The project of Ray Park was the project of the previous Councillor Zondo. Now it's been 5 years full. The project is not complete. That project was supposed to take 1 year. It's been 5 years now. The complaint from the main contractor that the municipality, JDA, they doesn't pay the main contractor. That's the reason the project is having a stop and go. So that project, it means will take 10 years. The project of 1 year. So I think the municipality must fix that thing. When it comes to page 19 and 20, the municipality says there's a project now currently that is running of temporary housing, but we don't know that project. Maybe I'm staying in the wrong ward, but there's no such a project like that in our ward.
30 seconds.
I know. Another problem is a clinic. Our clinic is having a problem whereby it's accommodate another wards, whereby it can't accommodate our ward anymore. The last one is a issue of potholes. Issue of potholes, issue of illegally dumping is a problem. What 61 is thinking. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Before I continue, I want to address something in this queue. This queue is getting longer. If I have not acknowledged you, please go and sit down. I called 12 wards. From some wards, I called 6 wards, 2 people each. In some, representative or 1. But there's 12 people in the line currently. I'm coming down while this person presents, and I'm going to kick you out the queue. So avoid yourself the embarrassment, and you may start. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Katleho. I'm from Ward 62. My first question is that why is no budget for Ward 62, where else there are budgets for other wards? And for the past 4 years, Ward 62 has been crying about Bruce Street that needs to be reconstructed, and nothing has been done about that. Secondly, Ward 62 has been crying about JRA not unblocking the K-ways. Joburg Water, you come and dig and fix the pipes and you don't backfill. Even if you backfill, your pipes are still leaking. Why is that happening? And every second at night, people cannot work or walk from work without being marked. Can that be rectified? The other request that 162 have been doing for the past years for the refurbishment of Hillbrow Recreation Center, and every time we are told that there's no budget, yet there is no budget allocated for Ward 62 each year. Also, a retirement village is much needed in Ward 62 because we do have dilapidated buildings that can be refurbished and turned into old age homes. Lastly, Councillor Mnisi, you were once in our ward at Bruce Street and Caroline Street, and you have seen the undocumented traders there who are creating illegal dumpings on daily basis for pick it up. Can that be rectified? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, please introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay. My name is Tutu Fihlel. I'm from Ward 63. I would like to talk about from Ward 63, SLN and Clem Street. We got a empty land there. We were promised, we've got a lot of people who don't have places to stay there in Hillbrow. But till today, there's nothing happened the way they promised us. The only thing is happening there is only the Oma Laisha is they're busy there, then you can't even walk there. They grab your bag, they grab your phones. We can't even walk there. So we want to know how many years can we wait again to have these social houses in Corner Plain and Corner SLN and Clem Street. Please, we want to know that because we've been waiting and waiting from 2013 till today. Casamia is a big building. There's a lot of people are staying there in Casamia. We were promised that they will take all the people from Casamia and move them from the other places. What is happening there? We don't know what is happening because we had the budget for Casamia, but we don't know where. We don't know why nothing is happening there in Casamia. We would like to see the changes. Please, we're begging you, we're asking you. I was 26 years when I was staying in Hillbrow. Till today, now I'm 65 years. There's nothing happening there. There's no changes. There's nothing there. Please, we need help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. You're welcome to proceed. Please introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nomshado Momoza. I'm here to talk about the shelter that is in Clem Street, which I think it stopped 2017. Now we are worried that it will be invaded by the people because there's nothing that is happening there. We would really appreciate if anything can happen because people can destroy even. We really need help about that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, please introduce yourself, your ward, and you may begin. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Greetings to everyone. Greetings to everyone. My name is Nosibusi Sombanga. I'm from Ward 64. Madam Speaker, I want to know why Ward 64 doesn't have any budget since even last year there was no budget. As Ward 64, we respectfully fully request that municipality acknowledge, consolidate our previous submission and provide clear feedback on the status of each item. The following: overhead of pedestrian crossing bridge at Joe Slovo, proposed shopping center at Betram's, proposed clinic at Betram's, multi-purpose recreation hall at Hillbroad Library Center, upgrading of multi-purpose park in Corner Jewel and Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, you may introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts.
Afternoon. Kamalam Jungmandisa Ngopo. I'm from Ward 64. Ward 64. Ward 64 sinenkinga yama illegal dumping. Kungcolile yonke indawo. And estradeni bavele abantu like bavele babeke nje kuyathengisa. Most omalaisha kunomalaisha balaisha yonke indawo. Ukhona Catherine and Court, there's a kune pipe yapestayo. So amanzi ayahamba. So kune taxi rank abayivulile like nzothi taxi ranks because taxi says bayinda khona ngoku. And then that water bayuza uyenza car wash. And we've got those abandoned buildings. Kune flat eku Lily and Olivia. That flat ifuna demolish because abantu they are marked there. Bangena paya banibamba inkunzi and then they rent to that flat. Asinayo recreation center, those places singavulelwa recreation center ngayo. Asina kliniki sihamba sonke siya general.
Yabulela ma. Thank you, sir. You can introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Yeah, lo khulumayo uzenzo Khanye, Ward 65. My first concern is illegal dumping. This started 2021, simply because the city council has not been losing dustbins because of that. That's the reason why in our area, Belgravia, there is illegal dumping. Stella logo kulungiswa. Okwesibili, we repaired sewer pipes, changing them from ceramic to plastic. But those people, contractors who were working there, they never did correct backfilling. And our pavements are going down and they are actually seeping under the roads. And the roads have got potholes now. We would like that to be fixed. And our clinic that we are using is one clinic, cheapest town. But to my surprise, I don't see it on the on this IEP, what do you call this? Integrated Development Program. It's not showing. Yet, people who consulted us at Better Solomon, they promised us that there will be a new clinic to be constructed there, but it's not shown there in your development program. I don't know what's happening. And we had also requested that could clinics please be 24 hours? And that has not been also addressed in your development program. And also the issue of crime, because we don't have street lights. I've been 25 years as a resident of that area, and that place had street lights, and now, since 2021, there are no street lights, people are being mugged, and there is too much guns there, simply because a lot of houses have been hijacked because the owners have left, and that is not, for that reason, there are no dustbins in those houses, and there is illegal dumping in all corners.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. Our final resident from this batch, please introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Thank you very much. My name is Mateo Tayende from Ward 65. I would like to start about the project that has been mentioned here, Cleveland Sewer Pipe Replacement Project. It has been 4 years now we are talking about this project, but it has not started yet. So please we are requesting the city to do it because it says before the end of the financial year. So, but it has been so long. So we are requesting it to start, and then and also that issue of city power, the installation of solar high mast. That one we are really requesting the city to support the community and also the councillor of the ward, even because it's very important that project, that solar system is going to be very helpful, even in the issue of electricity that is affecting the ward. We saw that it says that there is delays because of non-payments to contractors. So that one, I think it has to be fixed quickly. And also the last one, the issue of is under human settlement. There is a lot that the MMC is doing and the councillor, but the reality is that we need electricity, the electrification of the informal settlement, especially in areas like Joburg. And also at last, what I would like to request from the community members is to attend public meetings, because the issue of dustbins and so on, councillor of the ward usually address it to the community public meetings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Very good to hear that your councillor is active and working in your community. We're going to move on to the last batch of wards. Can I see hands for Ward 66? At the back, I see one for 66 and another one over here. Ma'am, you can come. Ward 67 in the front over here, and the next one is the... Yes, sir, you can come. There's the two from 67. Ward 118. 118. Any hands from Ward 118? There should be four. Ward 123. 123, I'm acknowledging your hand, ma'am. I see 5 people here, but there should only be 4. Okay, you're going to... They're being dealt with. That's Ward 123. Anyone else from 123? The tall one and the one in the front. Not the one with the cap.
The tall gentleman and the gentleman in the front, not the one with the cap. The one with the cap was not recognized. Okay, I can see.
Ward 124. Ward 124. I'm acknowledging you, ma'am. No other takers from 124. And finally, Ward 125. 125. Any hands? None. 125. You can come up, sir.
From where is the lady here? 123.
Yeah.
So the two of you are 123.
That's it.
Did the gentleman not raise his hand for another ward earlier? This gentleman, you raised your hand for another ward. Do you live in 2 wards? No. I've got 4 people there. You lifted your hand for another ward, and we recognize these people. We called 67 and we called 57. They are gone. You can write for your proxies on a form. So these are the people that are going to speak now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, you can start. Your name, your ward number, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Spongile Mzolo. I'm from Ward 66. Our request is that firstly, we've got a very big problem with dumpings in our community. So we would request City that can they please give at least the hijacked houses bins, because every time you approach them that they shouldn't do dumpings, they're going to tell you that we don't have bins. Number 2, we've got a multi-purpose building at Bertram's Road. That building, I think it's been there for 2+ more years. Nothing is happening with it, so can we just know the updates about that? Number 3, we request City Power. Can they please stop using their subcontractors to fix our electricity? Because the problem now is that we're having a very big problem with our electricity. 2 days it's here, the next 2 days it's not there. So can they please do it themselves with their infrastructure and their own things. And then number 3, can we have robots? Our robots are not fixed at Albertina Sisulu. That's the road that kids use to go to school every day, back and forth. So if those robots are not fixed, it's not safe for our kids. It's not safe for us. And then we've got potholes. We've got potholes almost every street of Ward 66. There's potholes. Can you guys please just fix that? And then we request that can we at least get cleanups with Pick It Up, at least once or twice a month. We as the community, we're willing to unite and clean. As long as Pick It Up and you guys are gonna say, okay, we're gonna join you guys. Thank you, bye.
Thank you so much. Ma'am, introduce yourself, your ward. Nice and close to the microphone, please. You may begin.
My name is Miss Omvelase from Ward 66. I welcome your presentation and acting mayor. That was so good. The only thing is, when are we going to see that? And then from Ward 66, especially on the side of Troyville, we are asking that the city can help us to put the boom gate on all these entry streets, so that we can try to succumb or curb the crime. Why? Because whenever you guys get elected, you leave our communities, you move to the better suburbs, and you leave us alone. We also want to develop our own suburbs by getting things that are working for us. And then second one is, there's this thing that City Power always say when we have conversation with them. When it comes to electricity, there are so many illegal connections in Ward 66. So we as the community, we are suggesting that please, can you come up with the movable prepaid? Because this thing of the ESP, it just helping only one person, which is the property owner. What about the other tenants that are behind that property and they're using this same prepaid? They are not benefiting in the system that you're putting it in place. Please, guys, don't forget that your communities are the one communities that are poor. Lastly,
quickly,
please, let's see the action.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, please introduce yourself, your ward, and you may begin. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, greetings. My name is Vasile Mtwa. I'm from Ward 67. Let me welcome your presentation on IDP. Chair, in 2022, we came here and we've asked social house 2022, 2023, 2024. It's 2025. We never receive that requestment. And also, Chair, you can see here, in 067, we don't have budget. We don't have project at all. We don't have project. I don't know is the way you're dealing with us, because you call ourselves Mkama Station. So because of Mkama Station, there in Joburg, it's a foreigner who's living there. Even if it's a foreigner who's living there, the foreigner deserve service delivery of the city because they are paying the city. Please, we need service delivery in Joburg, please.
Thank you very much. So please introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
My name is Glenn Gabella from Ward 67. Whenever I attend such gatherings, I try to hear out what problems our communities are faced with, and I try to somehow find potential or even possible solutions. Now, I'm a film producer and director. Maybe first question might be, what's film producing got to do with this gathering? And my answer would be everything, because our medium is very powerful. If we can tell stories that address all the issues that our communities are putting forth, right? Probably we might find solutions. Now, my plea is for the city of Johannesburg to accommodate us creatives, so that we need a budget, for example. I was here yesterday and I interacted with the disabled, right? They all came up to me, all of them want to act, we can act, and I said to them, fine, number one, as a writer, we need to maybe even write stories that highlight all these problems. We need disabled people, we can accommodate them, you know, in our space, in our medium. That's job creation for them. Now, I see elderly people here who are, all of us know, abused by young ones, right? We can tell those stories so as to try to address such issues. Now, all I'm pleading with the city of Johannesburg is for you guys to accommodate us, let us interact, let me bring my potential storylines with you, let's work together.
Thank you very much, sir. Ma'am, please introduce yourself, your ward, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Olwakhe Mayaba, Ward 123. Ward 123 has two major problems. One, Banket Street mixed with Bree. That pothole has been there for 2 years. The whole of Banket Street going up. And secondly, Ward 123 has become a Nyaope hub. Please do something about it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Our last resident for the day, please introduce yourself, your ward.
Igama lam ndinguKhuthala April. Yes. Iproblem yam i1 ubazikho 10 ngoba ndizawuziyeka ezinye 2 minutes, it's not enough to talk. This Tefontein clinic, if you can look back, I don't know where did it go wrong into yobana kude kubethe u2026 ingeka completwa, ingeka gqitywa, because right now ama hooligans nama hobo, you name them, they've started to break things in that clinic. Are you guys going to go back in your opinion? I think you guys and they are cleaning inner city with hobos. Those hobos are sleeping next to my house right now at the dentist, and we've got JMPD next to me, but they're sleeping there. What do we do about such people? Another thing, we've got Nigerians who are selling drugs in my street. We've got Nigerians who have hijacked what's name, properties in our places. What do you guys do about it?
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your submission. Just a reminder before I hand back to the speaker who will continue chairing. If you haven't had a chance to ask your question today, please collect one of these forms, fill it in. Otherwise, you can go onto the website or follow the QR code. You've still got a couple of weeks until the middle of May to make your submissions. So please make your submissions online or with a physical form. If you haven't received one yet, please collect one today or take the QR code. I'm going to hand back to the speaker. Thank you very much. Thank you, residents. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you so much for your questions. There were some of you that gave inputs and suggestions, and I'm certain the executive will take that home. Before I say anything, when you leave, will Ward 58 jump into the buses of 124 and 155? They will drop you where you have to be dropped, because there were some wards that the buses were empty. We are now going to start with the responses. Can I call on the officials from the different departments? I think the coup is leading them today. So coup, can I see officials from health and social development, officials from economic development, officials from human settlements, and I would like to see you moving towards here. Otherwise, I'm going to send my chair to go and fetch you. Officials from development planning, JDA, officials from JPC, Shesha. Can I get GFAS? Can I get City Parks, JRA and Transport? Can I get EISD? Can I get Joburg Water, City Power? Please don't allow me to go down and fetch you. The residents want answers. Who tell them to come? Okay. Who's in the foyer? Come. Okay, you're going to start. You'll introduce yourself, and from where you are, I want all of you in the front. MMCs will respond afterwards.
Thank you, Speaker. My name is Multipurpose from Johannesburg City Parks and Zoo. Negrata Holeboha, the Speaker, the Deputy Executive Mayor, MMCs, councillors and officials, lady residents. There was an issue that we've noted about an expectation of a development of a park. I think it's in Ward 61. I think what we have in our CAPEX budget, CAPEX program, there's only one park that we've been working on, which is in Ward 118, Settlers Park. But in terms of the details of the park expectation, the expectational development of a park, I'll request that the gentleman who raised this an issue so that I take the particulars of what was happening around developmental library, where there was also a promise of a development of a park. Another issue, I think, what we have noted is high level of illegal dumping, particularly around the public open spaces. That will speak to pick it up so that we engage in a program where we can identify those hotspots and then we begin to develop a program around them and work on them. Thank you.
Come next. You just follow. You just follow. We don't call you.
Thank you. Good morning, Deputy Mayor, MMCs and residents. I'm from Economic Development. I think we had one question around undocumented traders and around UVL. Maybe if you can just give us exact street so that we can, with JMPD, go and do law enforcement there, because in terms of the policy, you are only allowed to trade in an area that is demarcated by the city, and you must also have a trading permit. So we have started as the city to issue permits in the inner city and everywhere else. And if you do not have it yet, do come visit us at 66 Jorrison or come to our table at the back so that we can give you more information. So basically, for you to trade, even Mstrating, you need a permit, and where you are trading, it must be demarcated by the city as a trading space. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel. Good afternoon. My name is Emmanuel Satomi. I'm here to fill the question around Casa Mia. I think it's important to note that Casimir forms part of the bad buildings program run by the city, and there's currently an evacuation order in place for the evacuation of Casimir amongst other buildings, and where to relocate them is being sorted at the moment. Thank you.
Do we have pick it up here? I want pick it up and I want city parks and zoo.
Good day, residents. Greetings to our councillors, MMCs, Deputy Mayor, and to the Speaker. I'm just going to respond on two questions. I'm coming from Health Department. My name is Paballo Skokotla. Two questions regarding Joburg Park. We want to acknowledge and understand the need for the clinic, but in terms of our current resource allocation, Joburg Park as an area has not been identified as an area that needs a clinic right now. We're currently relying on Hillbrow and Esselen. They are still within 1 kilometer radius in the area. But we know that we do not have a clinic in the heart of the inner city. That's why we are looking at having a clinic. We are still identifying a suitable location where we can then have a clinic within that area, acknowledged. So for now, Joburg Park is still running as a substance abuse center. We also know that we do need those services for people who are struggling with drug abuse. So as a result, we'll continue as such. We encourage our community to use Hillbrow, to utilize SLN. The other clinic that is a bit nearby as well, it's Yeovil Clinic. Those are the facilities currently that we should utilize in the meantime. Then as for GP Clinic is currently operational here in Region F. In fact, it's #1 big clinic in Region F. What we have managed to do, we have constructed additional wing where we're currently using services for mother and child on the other side. We have not earmarked for any other construction of the clinic in GP's town. We're currently using GP Clinic, and there's also Malvern Clinic, but it's a bit further, and there's a Best Valley Clinic in the nearby there. Our clinic is currently also running extended hour services, which is provided on Saturday from 7:30 to 1 o'clock. We ask that we use that opportunity. We are still considering for the 24-hour services, which we have to go into discussions with our provincial counterpart on that. We have not yet reached a stage where we have finalized to say GP Clinic must go for 24-hour services. But I can assure you it's currently under review because we have realized the need for that. Thank you very much.
Madam Speaker, Deputy Mayor, MMCs, councillors, officials, and umphakathi, my name is Hyacinth Waganhlumayo. I'm from the Department of Human Settlements. So I'm here to answer some of the questions around the council-owned stock, which is under the management of a directorate called Public Housing Stock Management. So I think our questions were two. It was around security and the issue of repairs and maintenance. So I'll start with the repairs and maintenance issue. So we have some budget limitations when it comes to our ability to effect repairs and maintenance. At the beginning of the year, we received a budget of 31 million rand for repairs and maintenance, and the allocation for Region F was 6.1 million. In terms of our stock, we have just under 200 buildings in the region, and 34 of those are old age homes. And how we basically effect repairs and maintenance is that we receive complaints either from the residents or from our area managers. Yeah, so we received the request from the area managers, and if they aren't on the site, you are more than welcome to visit our offices, which is Eureka. I have the regional head who is here. If there's anyone that needs assistance or there's repairs and maintenance that haven't been responded to, you can approach us. We are sitting at that table, and also then share our contact details. On the issue of the security, I think this one is an issue that's happening all around our facilities. The security contract came to a lapse on the 28th of February, and we are still in the process, the procurement process of finalizing the new allocation to the facilities. I think once we finalize that, the regional office will then communicate, particularly in the old age homes, on how we are going to move going forward. So I think those are the two issues. Anything that needs repairs and maintenance, you can just visit us there at the table. But if not, you can then visit Eureka House. We have area managers that come onto site and see some of the issues. We have also the regional head who also then assist them. And if you are not getting assistance from the regions, you are then more than welcome to visit 222. To get assistance. Thank you.
Next.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Iwat Malope from Region F. I work with the lady that just left the podium now. There was a question around South Hills. We just wanted to report that in terms of this financial year, we are doing 138 units, and we have just submitted a request to province for more RDP units to be done in the next financial year. We are waiting for the response from province. And there was a complaint also about quality of work on the units. We have noted those complaints, and we will forward them to the contractor so that they can get resolved. But for any other complaints, you are welcome to also contact us at Eureka House so that we can take those complaints and deal with them. And then there was the last question about electrification. Currently, we are electrifying 3 informal settlements in the region. And that would be Jumpers, which is currently being electrified, and we've also planned to electrify Joburg and Denver in the current financial year. We're not only ending at that, but we've got a 3 to 5 year plan, which we are going to submit to electrify the balance of the informal settlements. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Office of the Speaker, our political principals, our executives in attendance, and my colleagues from the city of Johannesburg, our residents. I am Mashiane Helen Masera. I'm representing the department called Group Forensics and Investigation Services. You have raised an issue related to, number 1, bad buildings or alleged hijacked buildings. So there are different strategies. The first strategy in terms of bad buildings, I think the coup is here. We are part, and in terms of investigations, GFIS is investigating all alleged hijacked buildings, and we are not doing it alone. We are assisted by the South African Police Services, and we participate in all intergovernmental relations forums, both within the city and outside. So in terms of the outside IGR forums, we sit at the provincial prof joints, where we work with the South African Police Services, we work with the NPA in terms of all matters that we think are beyond the scope of the city of Johannesburg. So we want to reassure you that the strategy is starting to yield the results, and we commit that in terms of our 2026-27 business plan and the things that we are doing going into the regions in terms of awarenesses, you will see some difference. If you do not see the differences, continue to report at 0800 002 587. 0800 002 587. This is the City of Johannesburg anti-fraud hotline. And in terms of you registering any complaint, our case management unit will respond to you within 48 hours. They will send you an SMS to acknowledge, and in 5 days, they will give you the person who is investigating. I had wished that my colleagues from Property Hijacking and Compliance Unit will come and respond, because recently, yesterday, we were sitting on a provincial forum where they are building the capacity of the state for us to deal with land invasion. But we will continue to need your support, because these people who are hijacking the buildings, some of them are our boyfriends, right? Some of them are our sponsors, right? So it starts with us that if we are harboring those people, we do not love our city. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next.
Greetings, everyone. I would like to actually start by greeting the Deputy Mayor, our colleagues as well, the MMCs, various MMCs from various departments, and obviously, and of course, the residents of Region F. I'm from JRA, so I'll try by all means to sort of combine the issues that were raised, because most of them are similar in nature. First of all, I'll start by potholes, especially Ward 60. That was the first question that was raised. In terms of potholes, residents, water is the biggest challenge when it comes to potholes. So we do have a lot of taxis, car wash. There might be valves that are actually broken on the road from Joburg water. So all of that water actually becomes the enemy of the road. That's what causes potholes in the inner city. We do have programs currently, although we do also react to what you raise. Either it's coming from the councillors, or it's coming from our hotline, or you actually walk in to the depot and head office as well. So we have started a program, programs on different wards when it comes to pothole patching. So we'll be coming to the wards. We will be unblocking all the KIs that are actually causing the water to actually flow on the road, where you've got cracks and which forms all these potholes. There was an issue of potholes in Bree, corner Bree and Market. We know we've got a project in Bree Street that has been going on for a year and a half. So because the contractor is still on site, he is responsible for that work. So we will escalate it to the contractor, so he will be able to address that pothole and corner Bree and Market. The other issue is reinstatements. I know we've got our beautiful department. We always say that we are married. Joburg Water and JRA are a couple, a married couple. So, however, when you see burst pipes that are caused maybe old infrastructure, or just a normal burst pipe, maybe it's cut by something on the road, we wait for Johannesburg Water to actually fix the pipes, and then after fixing the pipe, they have to wait for a couple of days. Sometimes it can take weeks for them to check the leak, if the leak will continue on before they backfill the road and then queue us in as JRA to come through and then reinstate the road. In such cases, that is what we call a reinstatement. A pothole is usually smaller in size, so we must be able to actually differentiate. There is only one plea I want to give to the residents of Region F when it comes to illegal dumping. Colleagues, KIs and drains are for stormwater so that you don't flood. So I just want to plead with everyone, just try and not dump on the drains, because eventually they get blocked, and once they are blocked, you then tend to flood. And when you flood, then we have to then come in and try and assist, taking the resources that maybe we would have not really come through and do the work if we are looking after our roads and our drains. The other issue that was raised was the sleeves. When it comes to contractors, residents, if you see contractors working on the road, and then they cut the road, they put sleeves there, and then they don't reinstate in time, please do let us know. We've got JMPD that can at least assist in finding out which contractor was working on the road. We also have our own devices at JRA to actually find out which contractor was actually working there, and then we can actually find them for such work. But please do work with us. Let us know. We do have a market there at the back where you'll find your the numbers, the hotline numbers, even addresses. Like I said, you can go to head office if you've got queries. You can also come through to the depot where the operational teams, maintenance, stay there, and then register your complaints, and then we'll address them. The last issue I wanted to actually mention as well is robots. There were robots in Albertina Sisulu that were mentioned. I will also escalate that to the traffic signals department that deals specifically with robots or traffic signals, so they call. So we will look into that. We know we've got a lot of vandalism of traffic signals. So we are pleading again with the community. Please let us know or take a number plate if you see someone cutting the robots, because we are struggling now to actually get material to actually fix these robots because of budget constraints as well. So we are pleading with the community. Please do let us know. But besides all of this, like we said, please continue to send your requests from, when it comes to roads, potholes, guardrails, road markings, and all the defects, drains that we deal with at GRA. We will address all those issues one by one, although we don't have enough staff capacity to address everything. We try by all means to resolve as much as we can. So please, with all those few words, I think I would end there. Thank you.
Can we ask the officials that are seated there, and also us as residents, we ask questions, we now want answers. Can we listen to the answers? Thank you.
Sanibonani. Igama nguThemba ngikhulumela iJDA. So sinema project ayi3 ekuyi bedrooms. Sorry. Good afternoon everyone. So my name is Themba. I'm representing the JDA. We basically have 3 projects that have stopped due to budget constraints. The projects is Terrefontaine Clinic, it's Bethrams Center, as well as the Brixton Multipurpose Center, the library. And then even Murray Park as well, we've stopped it because of budget constraints. So what we've then since done is that we engaged with the group in terms of making sure that they prioritize budget allocation for the projects. Currently with the budget that's there, we are focused on doing 1 project at a time because there's 4 libraries that we're trying to build across the different regions. So our approach is that we'll finish Brixton first and then move back to Bethrams, and then from Bethrams we'll go to Murray Park. I'm also aware that at Murray Park there was a lot of local SMMEs and laborers that were not paid and there was issues. We have attended to those issues. We had a meeting with the local laborers and SMMEs today and yesterday. So we'll be resolving those issues, but for now, what we're going to be doing on all the sites, we'll be mothballing them and making sure that they are clean, and we try and finish as much projects as possible. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next.
Greetings to the acting executive mayor, the deputy mayor, MMCs, councillors, officials of the city of Joburg, and our residents of Region F. My name is Rakefa Makhoro, and I represent City Power. Now, there were a couple of issues that were raised for about City Power, and I'm going to try and respond to them as best as I can. I think the first issue that was raised was that of poor workmanship by our contractors. Can I just assure our residents that we are addressing this matter with all the contractors that are doing work for us? We do spot checks as well to make sure that what is being claimed on an invoice is what is out there. So we do spot checks to make sure that the workmanship is up to standard and that reinstatement is also being done according to the standard and specifications. There's a couple of words that raised the issue of reinstatements. We are looking into that and we're addressing it on a daily basis as City Power. There was also a question of street lighting that are not working in a couple of wards. And I know that these are not the only wards that are affected by non-working or non-functional street lighting. But the wards that raised the concern was Ward 58, 62, and 65. Can I just say that our street lighting in most areas is affected by theft and vandalism, and we are addressing that issue on a daily basis. But it looks like we're not winning this battle, and we would like to appeal to residents to assist us in terms of keeping this thing. If there are any suspicious activities that are happening around the infrastructure of the city, can it be reported as quickly as possible before damage is done? It's not only street lighting that is affected by this scourge of theft and vandalism. Our infrastructure, our cables, our load centers, your mini substations are also affected. So we appeal to residents to assist us because on our own as City Power, we cannot be everywhere where this infrastructure is. And we do request that we be assisted in terms of making sure that we secure this infrastructure. However, what we will do is, in areas that have been mentioned today in this meeting, we will go out there and do spot and repairs because we do not have addresses. So we'll just go into the ward, drive from street to street, identify lights that are not working, and make sure that we repair those. There was also a question of solar high masts. This is an ongoing project, residents that City Power is undertaking. And we're doing this not only on our own, but we're engaging the ward councillors to assist us in identifying areas that need installation of solar high masts. So it's an ongoing area. And we also include the region in terms of making sure that we install these things at areas that are hotspots. We're also investigating the possibility of installing or retrofitting solar lighting in areas that are in hotspot areas where they normally steal our cables, vandalize our infrastructure. So we're investigating that possibility where we can just go there and retrofit. You don't have to start the job afresh. We just remove the fitting and replace it with a solar fitting. So that is in the pipeline for those areas that are problematic. And there was also a question of non-payment of contractors. I think that has been a problem almost citywide, but I can assure you that the problem is being addressed. Most of our contractors have now been paid, or that process is ongoing. But we have our contractors, they are back, they are working, they're doing the work so that they can assist in terms of making sure that we do repairs to the infrastructure, but we also restore power to affected residents when there are outages. But then there was another, I think, resident from from Ward 66, who said that we must start doing work on our own as City Power, or we must use our own internal resources. Residents, can I just inform you that that's the plan going forward, that we do not over-rely on service providers to do most of the work that we can do ourselves. The only challenge is that at the moment we do not have enough resources to do that. If we stop using contractors now, restoration time will just be prolonged. Restoration time will be long. Residents will stay for a long time without power being restored. So contractors they complement our staff. They complement the internal staff that we have. But once we reach a point whereby we have enough people that can do work without the assistance of external service providers, I'm sure that your wishes will be granted. But at the moment, for the sake of service delivery, making sure that we respond to your queries as quickly as possible, we need an extension, and that extension comes in the form of service providers. We need to extend our own staff and complement them with our service providers. I think that I have covered all the queries that were raised by residents. Thank you very much.
Greetings to councillors and the residents of Region F. My name is Robinson Sateche from, thank you, from Social Development. I think there was a few issues that were raised, in particular the issue around the street kids, the hobos around the parks and their homes. We call them displaced persons. We have in social development a unit called displaced persons, which deals with such issues. And there are programs that are run almost every day. It's an ongoing thing, but the services are voluntary. So if people do not agree or to go to shelters, we cannot force them. One of the issues or one of the programs or intervention is the outreach that we do, and we've got the hotspots that have been identified, which include also the parks, it includes the streets, the bridges, and so on and so on. So the ones that have been mentioned here will also be prioritized so that we go there and check and see if they will be willing to accept our services. Our shelters, and we have one shelter in Region F, which is in Trikotse, and we have one in Windsor, we have one in Dan Street in Florida. So we distribute our clients accordingly. So if they are willing to accept our services and the interventions we make to them, then we will do so. It's an ongoing program. So we will prioritize those wards that have been mentioned here, so that we go and check the displaced persons that are there. We will also partner with City Parks and Zoo, which basically are are the ones running the parks, so that at least we do one program with them to assist the displaced persons. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Issues around Pick It Up. We have noted all the concerns from the residents regarding the illegal dumpings. We are going to attend to those issues. What actually we need to emphasize to the resident in terms of illegal dumping, the root cause. Sometimes our residents, they are not patient enough. For example, if today is a collection day, and then maybe Pick It Up, they've got issues with trucks or we came late, residents, they opt to go and dump to the nearest open space. So we are just reminding the residents that Pick It Up is there. Don't take your bin to the nearest open space. Just take your bin again tomorrow morning. Pick It Up will come and empty your bin. And Pick It Up, they've got services like bulk waste. Example, if you have got the old fridge, old mattresses, you want to dispose, just let Pick It Up knows about that. We'll come and assist you. And Pick It Up, we do have a program of, we call it a separation at source, where you can do recycling. So we are encouraging the resident to participate in separation at source, which is recycling. And then in the issue of when you want new bin, we encourage people to log the call. Our call center number is 087 357 1068. 087 357 1068. And again, if your bin is lost or there's theft, we encourage our residents to get or to obtain affidavits from the police station and then log the call, and Pick It Up will come and help you. So Pick It Up is there for you to assist you, and we encourage that let's work together. And then we report illegal dumping. If you know the culprit, report it. The city, we have got the resources to deal with that kind of problem. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Mutusi Tolo from all right. My name is Mutusi Tolo from Joburg Water. Let me greet my leaders and protocol observed. I'm going to try to be short in terms of the questions that were raised. I think just to clarify, I think MMC was indicating that the Yeoville is within what 67? Oh, it's actually in Ward 64, just to clarify it. I think most of the questions that were coming from the community was mainly in terms of the operational issues. I think mainly in terms of the leaking taps, the outstanding reinstatement, and obviously the repair work back and forth that is coming. Just to paint a short picture for you as the community, I think if you take note that Region F is one of the center in terms of the establishment of Joburg. We have as old as 1934 infrastructure that is existing within our system. So you can imagine anything that is older than 1934. Can it function properly? So probably I think from where we are sitting with an infrastructure that is quite old. And councillors, because most of all these issues that you have reiterated is what they constantly emphasize on us. So we'll just come closer with the councillor to make sure that we repair all those leakages And we currently do have service providers that are currently assisting us so that we can close that gap that is there. In terms of the Cleveland project, we have noted that as Joburg Water, we do have a huge backlog. We do have a huge backlog in terms of, addressing all the sewer pipes that are old. And that's why probably you might not see Cleveland appearing here, but it is within the radar of the size that we still need to replace the sewer lines. Now, regarding the ceramic, just take note that that ceramic pipe on certain areas so that we can put that black one. We normally refer to it as a HDP pipe. That's what we are replacing them with, so that at least they can be able to be cleaned much more easily. I think in terms of the illegal car washes, it's actually a thorn to us as Joburg Water. I think if ever you can go around on most areas, you will find that most of the illegal car washes is actually a thorn to us as Joburg Water. I think if ever you can go around on most areas, you will find that most of our brothers and our sisters and uncles are actually the ones that go and open it. We would go there and repair it today, and then tomorrow they are opening it and openly. So we need the community to help us so that we can curb this particular behavior so that we can be able to minimize the losses that MMC has alluded to. In that way, I thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Betsy Kiara Malope. I'm from JPC. And I'm here to confirm that the COJ owns approximately 89 properties within the inner city. Some are vacant. They are vacant sites and they are used for parking, and also like your stadiums, your Ellis Park stadiums. And some are existing buildings. And of the existing buildings, there's Casamea, and MMC Mabaso will respond to all queries related to Casamea. And with regards to the expired lease of a building that was used as a shelter, we as JPC, we are in the process of obtaining all the governance and all the regulations and that are applicable to the disposal of land before we can finalize the renewal of the lease. And we are currently in the process of releasing some of the vacant sites for development. And this, once the properties have been awarded, job creations and SMME empowerment. Thank you.
Thank you to officials. You really did what you had to do. I'm now going to ask that the deputy exercise.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and fellow MMCs and councillors. Speaker, the community has raised a number of issues as our stakeholders and the ones who actually ensure that we become electable. And I think the issue of the clinic, it's an emotive issue. And I think as political heads, we have to have a conversation and the political will to resolve this issue of the clinic in Joburg Park. And it's an issue, we accept that, and the repurposing and coexistence of a treatment center and a clinic are not because it is a concern that is raised and it is an emotive because you want access to health services within your geographic area. The issue of why the Ward 55, 64 and 67, the budget issues, remember residents, the city doesn't have money to pay to have services and budget for everything at the same time. But what is important is that where there are projects, we also look for partnerships with NITAs. We are unable to see revenue into the city. As a result, we are unable to plan for projects. So this issue of illegal connections, we really need you to assist us in dealing with that, precisely because that is theft. Kuntshontshwa imali kamasipala ma abantu beconnecte illegal, because then we are not getting services coming into the municipality. Lastly, we accept that there are service delivery challenges and weaknesses in terms of the fast pace services and the work done by the Department of MMC Squaila. But we are also going on, and also becomes a problem in our communities. And the issue of Tina ourselves, singasiza ukuthi abantu mabedampa illegally singayireport, because we know it's the same as illegal connections, we know. But what we appreciate is that you are here to help us improve our government. We plan with you in this IDP, we coexist with you, and we don't just decide alone what we want. We are deciding with you as abahlali, because ukuthi sikhona ukuhlala la, it's because of you as abahlali. But we really appreciate and thank you for your contributions, and we appreciate your attendance. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much to officials and to MMCs, the Deputy Mayor, but importantly, thank you so much to you as the residents. I am going to ask all officials of the city of Johannesburg to make your way out of the hall. If you are an official, if you work for the wall, please. Residents, be seated. Can you move? Thank you so much, Residents, be seated. MMCs, councillors, please remove yourselves. Only the residents remain seated. If you're not a councillor, if you don't get paid by the city, you remain where you are. I'm going to deal with the residents now. I'm alone with you. I'm closing all the doors. I want to show you who I am now. I only need the guys of the sound to stay and Pumi to stay. The rest of you come. Shesha. Let's do it fast. Officials, move it. How do we serve them sitting? We serve them seated. Then two of my people from my office to help you. Officials, move. I want them totally out. If you are an official, don't model. There's no catwalk here that will come and give you a food pack. Those people can go and eat at home. So they are going to serve you.